intervene here and prosecute suspected war criminals. Now that is okay as far as we are concerned, because there are no foreign powers who are saintly. In the present day, the people who are controlling global capitalism, America, Britain and other powers are with crimes committed against humanity all over the place, in Vietnam, in Palestine, and in Yemen and other areas. Even last year, human rights organizations have concluded in Yemen the disaster is biggest in the history of mankind. In such a situation, and when fascist leaders like Donald Trump are leading the West and the global capitalism, we can allow, cannot allow to any war criminals to be given to them for prosecution and expect justice. But nevertheless, we have a duty to the people of this country that we clearly examine the past history and see whether there are war crimes, crimes committed against humanity, and capture all these people, expose them, and prosecute here, and take to them task, and see that they have been punished if it is proved. Because as Sarath Fonseca says, it is a crime against people if you do not take action against those who are committed crimes in the time of war. As the war leader, he says certain individuals such as Jagat Gavir and others are, to his knowledge, that they are part of war criminals, and crimes have been committed by these people, even though he has warned them time and again. And in that case, we have to take that seriously, and it is necessary to check whether these allegations are true or not. Then there is this case of 11 children being taken from south and taken to naval headquarters in Trincomalee and being killed after torturing and then pressing the families in most inhuman manner to pay money to release them. And that have been done with the knowledge of naval chief Karunarathne and his close associate Dahanayaka have been the leader of that. That is what the allegation have been made. And therefore, it is necessary to see whether these things are, who is responsible for killing of these 11 young men who have been taken purely for the purpose of getting money by threatening the family. Then, in that way, we have to press the government to carry on the investigations properly. And the shooting of Ratapaswala and in the Karunarathne, there again these horrible incidents where people were knocked down like dogs, and who are responsible has to be taken to task. So the campaign against people who demand that this should be done is should be suppressed. When we see that the crime of prisoners in Balikada prison. There are 26 prisoners were killed systematically under the command of Gotabe, and they have been killed for the purpose of to erase some history from their political history. And this has been now investigated, and main witness is Nandimal de Silva, and we find that he's been left without any security, even though he has become the witness who has come forward to tell the truth and what he showed, and see that people who are responsible for the killings be punished. And purely because of that, he has been now pursued by the gangs of Gotabe and the past leaders. And it is very necessary to give security to this man and keep him alive and keep him safe until the case is over. And so there will be appeal with the government that this Nandilal Silva must be protected. Then the other case is that we expected this government to expand the powers of provincial councils and to give more powers, and at least to give the police powers and land powers that is noted in the constitution, even though it had been not enacted by the past government. We thought with this they will do that. But instead of that, we now find that under the pretext of postponing, under the pretext of not postponing the provincial councils, they want to have the provincial council elections at the same time. And they say the argument given is that it is less costly and more opening for people to come and vote, and the election campaigns are easy, and so on and so forth. And therefore they want to have elections on the same day for all provincial councils. But then the other point is they say that it will be easy for the central government to handle the provincial council demands and so on. But then we know that provincial councils are made to serve different demands of nationalities and different traditions, and to look after the autonomy of that area. So that the idea of autonomy will be bypassed by bringing in a regulation like this, that try to coordinate all provincial councils together, to be put together and imprisoned in a cage in the election time. The freedom given to the provincial councils to go their own way, and with the internal problems they could go for elections or not, and so on. The decision was theirs, and there was no way the central government could dissolve the provincial council and push them into election. But now these rights have been taken away. They are trying to take away and trying to make this more centralized operation with elections and so on. So we condemn this step as undemocratic and against the principle of devolution, and we say if we are proposing this for the first time and for the last time, in this instance, because there is economic hardship and there is some problem in administration, as a tentative implementation only for this year, but to add it into the constitution and make it part of the constitution of the provincial council setup will be a dangerous, undemocratic step. And we are very happy to see that not only the Northern Provincial Council Chief Minister Vigneswaran, but Colombo Provincial Council Chief Minister Suru Devapriya has taken a strong step and said that they are vehemently opposed to this 20th Amendment, and they are asking for revision of that and rearrangement of the wordings and so that. And that has got the blessings of the other councils as well. So that we find that on the issue of devolution, both North and the South got together this time to demand from the government that they should not take anything out from the from the councils, and then they must give the powers indicated, police powers and land powers.